Half of the points you are playing starts with you making a serve receive. So if you are really bad at it, you can basically just give up the match directly. Don't worry, we got you. Here is 5 stupid mistakes people do in their serve receives and the solution for them. Let's go! The first mistake is the base of every receive, and if you are doing this wrong, no matter how good you are at every single shot, your receives will be useless anyway, and it's to stand correctly. The mistake people do is to be too close to the table to be ready to the short serves, but they will have big problems against long serves. Or the opposite, you're ready for a long serve and stand too far away. The solution is to find yourself the perfect position from the table to receive long serves. I will say it looks something like this. And the reason for this is that it's so easy to move forwards. So you will always be able to receive the short serves well anyway, even if you're ready for the long one. But it's almost impossible to do it the other way around. The second huge mistake a lot of players do is that they are too stiff when they are going to take a serve. Being too stiff are going to make you so sensitive for your opponent's spins, and it will limit your ability to create your own spin and speed. This is a problem that's even bigger during important matches. So next time you're nervous, take an extra deep breath and make sure to relax as much as you can to be able to make the best possible receive on the next point. The third mistake is something I see all the time, even with players on quite high level that practice daily. And that is that you go into a short serve with almost straight arm and reach for the ball. A straight arm has no power and no balance, since it's going to disconnect your arm's ability and your body's ability to create power in your racket. And this is a big problem because your body and arm are key elements when it comes to create power and spin. Instead, it's very important to search up the ball by taking a step in under the table with your racket-sided foot, coming in with a bit bent arm, so you are able to make the next move you want, no matter if it's a short receive, long push or a flick. If you make the fourth mistake, I promise you that you are going to make so many mistakes when it comes to your receives. And even if you succeed to hit your receive, it's a big risk that you will have huge trouble with hitting the shot right after. And that is to have 2 big swings in your receives. It doesn't matter if you get a long serve against you or a short serve against you. If someone makes a long fast serve, it's almost impossible to have the time to make a long swing. And even if you succeed to hit the ball with the long swing, you're close to the table, since we are close to the table when we serve receive, and you will have big trouble to have time for the next shot. And it's also a huge risk that you will time the ball wrong and, for example, hit the edge of your racket. It's also a big problem on the short serves, as I said, because you have so bad control with the long swing over the table. It makes a lot of sense, so it's so much better and more safe to have a short and simple technique. No matter if you are going to play a short receive where you have a really short movement, if you make a long push where you will follow the ball a little bit more but still have a short movement, because if you swing your pushes like with a long swing, it's going to be very hard. An exception of someone who can have a longer swing in the pushes are choppers, and this is because they will take a step back afterwards and create a lot of time with that, and they are specialized in practice these little longer pushes. And the last one is if you're going to flick. When you flick, you can follow the ball after the stroke, but don't make a big swing before you hit the ball, because it will only make it so much harder for you to, 1, have time to make the flick, and 2, to time it correctly. The fifth mistake is, first of all, being scared and therefore too passive making a receive. This will lead to a lot of misses, because when you're too passive, your opponent's spin will grab your racket so much more, and even if you succeed to take your opponent's serve, if you are too passive, they will have a so easy ball to finish the point with. The other part of this mistake is when you realize that you are too passive, or when your coach realize and you tell yourself or your coach tell you, be more aggressive. And then from nowhere, you're going from 0% in the receive to 100% in the receive and taking a way to aggressive risk. Instead, make sure to always be active when you make a serve receive, always be determined, but don't go over your limits. If you want to push, make sure that you go in and make the push correctly. Nothing crazy, but you do it. Same with the flick. Make sure that you wait for the ball, don't stress, don't go for 100% power, but make the flick with the same technique and same speed as you are comfortable with in training. And the last mistake that's ruining your receives completely is when you have too many of alternatives what to do on the next receive. It's very important that you have a plan of which kind of receive you want to do, and then maybe you will need to change it because your opponent changed the serve. And then you should have a plan B or plan C that, okay, if they make this serve, I'm ready for this solution. For example, I'm expecting a short serve and I want to banana flick. But if the serve comes long fast, I'm still ready and have in my mind, and okay, if I'm coming wrong to the ball, I just kick it in slowly. But if you just wait for a serve and then expect that you will come up with a perfect solution after the ball already is on the way against you, you are completely wrong. Did you find any of my advice helpful? Please leave a like, and why not share a comment if you have any advice who could help out other people in the comments. Thank you for this time and see you in the next video.